Hello, everyone who has joined this live stream. Thank you so much for joining today. I have had quite a challenging morning before this got started. Basically, here in Ghana, sometimes we have situations where, hello, ladies. All right. So we have a situation before I start chatting with the ladies. Um, I was saying that I've had a challenging morning. The power has gone on and off. And so I had to leave my house to come out to a cafe so that I can do this live stream today so I don't leave everyone hanging. When it rains, sometimes in Ghana, the power is a little bit unstable. And where I am, I think the power has gone out about 5 times today, just on and off, on and off, on and off. And then it's been off for almost like more than 40 minutes. So I was like, let me just find somewhere else to do this because my laptop wasn't at full power. So here I am now, ready for this conversation we're going to have with Victorine Sarr and with Yetroselane to talk about their businesses and how they are doing during this global recession. So there's so many people around the world who are brilliant people running their businesses. And I especially love to put a profile on African women and what they're doing. And this crisis that we're facing today, some businesses have had to close down entirely, but there are some that have managed to stay afloat and managed to keep their business going. Yetroselane and Lyvv Cosmetics are two African brands. One is from a Senegalese woman who's based in Ghana, and the other one is Nigerian based. I did do a live video with Yetroselane recently on Instagram. For those of you who weren't there, you'll get to hear a little bit about what she does. And then Lyvv Cosmetics, a beauty brand that is organic, and the ingredients are safe and healthy, and she makes colors that are perfect for women with melanin in their skin. So let me just bring the ladies in. First, I will bring in Victorine, and then I will bring in Yetunde. Hello, ladies.
Hi.
How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good, 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 good. I hope that we have stable internet throughout this conversation today. I know that I've seen Victorine, I've seen yours kind of coming and going. So hopefully it stays stable for the rest of our chat today. So first of all, I will let Victorine introduce herself and what she does, and then I'll let Yetunde also do the same. So let's start off with Victorine and what you do.
Hey everyone, I hope you can see me and hear me well. um, the network, I've been having issues with network in Ghana for ages, and I'm hoping today, I'm just hoping that God is on my side. Thank you, Ivy, for having me. I'm very, very honored to be here today with my fellow Yetunde. Thank you, Ivy, for the invitation. My name is Victorine Sarr. It sounds a lot French because I'm French. I'm from Senegal. My first language is French, but I'm bilingual, so I guess that's a plus. I'm a marketer by trade. I've been to a business school in France. I have a master in marketing, and that's what I've done for pretty much 8 years. I was a corporate lady. I've worked for Apple in Paris. I worked for L'Oreal in Paris, and then moved to Dakar. I wanted to go back to my country. So I went back to Dakar, worked for L'Oreal for a couple of times, and then quit my job in 2015 to start my company, which is today Lyvv Cosmetics. Basically, what we do is lipsticks, like the one I'm wearing today. Um, they are organic lipsticks, so the ingredients are all natural, and our target is the woman of color. So pretty much everywhere in this world you find women of color like me, dark skin, light skin, everyone. And we started with the lip line, and yeah, we are trying to put out some new categories of products. Because of Corona, we've been delayed, but we are planning to put everything out soon. Basically, that's what I do, and yeah.
Okay, great. So let's hear from Yetunde.
I
How are
Thanks,
you?
Lyvv, for having me again. Fine, fine, thank you. And
Great.
yeah, nice to meet Lyvv as well. Your brand is fantastic. I went through your page and it's really nice. Yeah. Okay, so my name is Yetunde Aponte. I'm a Nigerian. I studied computer science and information technology. Uh, but trust me, that has nothing to do with me now because I started out while I was in school. Actually, I that was when I learned the old-fashioned designing thing, and then I started out as a business right there. So even after school, I got retained with a bank, but I had to leave from their training school. I couldn't just. My mind was all into the fashion design business, and ever since then, I've been doing the business since 2008. Yes, I've been doing the fashion business. So I've never had to work with anyone, just my business. And that's what has kept me till now. And then I also learned I learned women's wear at the London College of Fashion. Can you hear me? Okay, so
Yes.
that's it for me. Yes. So what do we do? My brand name is Yetroselane. That's a combination of my names, Yetunde Rosemary, then the fashion lane, and we deal in women's wear. We started out with ready to wear, and then I design clothes for people, which is the bespoke aspect. You can bring in your fabric and I design for you. But basically, we are known for the ready to wear. But I do bridals, I make wedding dresses, and okay, so right now I don't call myself just a fashion designer anymore, but a fashion entrepreneur because I've diversified into different things now. Now I have a fashion academy where I train fellow fashion designers how to sew, cut and sew from scratch, but majorly the business side of fashion because I knew my struggles because I started pretty early, at a very early stage of my life. And so I didn't really have enough people to pull me through. In fact, there was practically almost nobody to really share with you the secret. So most of the things I had to learn the hard way. So I just felt, okay, now is the time to give back. So that's what the Fashion Academy is there for. Yeah, so that's it about me for now.
Okay, great, great. Thank you so much for your introductions, ladies. So I'm going to start with you, Yetunde. I want to talk about when we first met. Um, I met Yetunde at a fashion show that happened in Accra last year. I was the MC for the event, and there were a lot of fantastic designers at that show, and I absolutely fell in love with her work. She was selling her clothes in the hall outside of where the actual show was taking place, but then she was also one of the designers featuring her clothes. And there was one point when the models came out and everybody was dancing, and I got so emotional, and I felt like this is Africa. This is what it's all about. It's about uplifting each other, sisterhood, keep sisters together. It was fantastic. Let me show you some of the images from the show.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
and it was just, her stuff was just, I love the color and the way she put things together. And in the end, she was actually selected to be a designer to feature her clothes during New York Fashion Week. So she got to go to New York Fashion Week this year and show some of her designs. Here we are. Here's me in this picture where my mouth is wide open here, but it was a fantastic event. So tell us about what it was like knowing you were chosen to go to New York, because in the fashion industry, people aspire to go to New York, to go to Paris and show their designs. So how did that feel as an African woman to go there on a platform to show your work?
Yes, for every business owner, the aim is for us is to go beyond what we have at the moment. Like get global, get your items in the faces of as many people as possible in different countries. So when I had that opportunity to showcase at that fashion show in Ghana, I opted for it because that would be my first show outside Nigeria. Yes, so I was very happy to be chosen to even come to Ghana and showcase my pieces. And the feedback from your from your from your attitude towards my design that day really got me. Is what was one of the highlights for me, because it was really emotional for me as well. Anytime I watch the video, I just feel like, okay, this is an assurance that yes, I'm actually doing something really great, something people really love and cherish, And I was so happy because of the way people accepted my designs. Like you mentioned, I sold some pieces outside the entrance of the show, and it was well received. And so when I got the news that I'll be showcasing at the New York Fashion Week, I was blown away. Like, what? Okay, so it was a major highlight for me, and it's helping me till now. In fact, before your show, I got a message from one of the organizers asking for. I'll share with you later, though. So I just felt, wow, this is great. And ever since then, if not for the COVID, if not for the COVID pandemic, I mean, things would have really, really gone better, but as it is, I'm still very hopeful because everything will still be back to normal by the special grace of God, hopefully. Yes, so, but for me, it was a major highlight for me. It was a major highlight, and it's one of the things I've always dreamt of, and I'm happy it's happened, Yes, so that's it for me.
Fantastic, fantastic. And Victorine, we met at an event as well. I can't remember the name of the event. It was a hair and beauty event, but I can't remember the name of the event.
Yeah, it was at Impact Hub. Impact Hub
Yes,
Accra.
yes, 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 yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, I just loved your energy. I loved the fact that you are creating for um, women of color and that you took the initiative, because not many people would leave working for a company like L'Oreal. You were working for one of the biggest beauty brands in the world, and you left to start your own company. What made you decide at that moment to leave and start your own thing?
there are different reasons. But the number one was frustration, because I worked for L'Oreal for 3 years. Mind you, I'd never, well, I was using their products, but they were not really working out for me. And I was like, how can I work for these? They're actually number one now. They are number one beauty company in the world. And I can't even find the perfect foundation for my skin. I can't find the perfect lip shade for my skin complexion. And I was like, no, I mean, and I know the market. I know, because I have the data with me. I see it every day. I know the market is there. I know the demand is there. And the number one company in the world is not, doing anything for me. And there are other women like me who are in the same position, I'm guessing, right? So I was like, okay, maybe I have to do something. I took it upon myself, to change the status quo. And I think it has also been part of me. I've always been the person who, doesn't follow the rules, and I want to, rather set the 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 trend rather than following. And so I was like, okay, this is risky, of course, but then, what can I lose? I've already got education. I have my master. I've been pretty much everywhere in this world. I've had the chance to work for two big corporations. So what can I lose if I don't, if I don't succeed? I can always go back to a 9 to 5 because I have an education. So it wouldn't be hard for me to find another job if, I'm broke. Let's say, that's the worst thing I could, thought of at that point. And so yeah, that's how, I started the company 5 years ago. And my parents were against it, of course. They were scared. They thought I was crazy, that something happened to me. And nobody really understood me except some friends, some members of my family who understood my vision. They were like, you can make it, you can do it, just go. And so yeah, and at the end of the day, it's you have to believe in yourself, because even if your closest people don't believe in you, you have to find the strength somewhere to
Yeah.
just do it. And so that's how it started in 2015, and the activity really started in 2016 though. And yeah, we started with 4 lipsticks, four colors. This was one of those, and 3 different colors, and now we have 20 shades. And we are getting ready to launch. This is like avant premiere. I'm telling you guys, I'm launching something for eyebrows and for the eyes, the eye section. So a total new category of products that we are putting out. We wanted to put it out in February, but Corona came in March or around that time. And so yeah, we are getting ready to launch, because now things are getting back slowly to normal, in brackets, because I mean, life won't ever be the same. I feel like.
Yeah, it's never going to be the same. It's never going to be the same. So, you just mentioned COVID-19, causing you to have to delay your launch. Now, I wanted to talk to the two of you about how you're running your businesses during this global recession, because this pandemic has resulted in, as I was saying in the beginning, many businesses being closed down. People are losing sales. A lot of businesses don't even know what to do to keep going. And how do the two of you manage to keep your businesses afloat? What direction did you have to go in to keep it going? Because right now, with the fashion industry, I'll go to Yetunde first before I get an answer from you, Victorine. But Yetunde, with the fashion industry, with the lockdowns, people in quarantine, people at home, they're not getting dressed up. They're not going anywhere. So people are not going to say, I'm going to go shopping and buy this new outfit, because where are they going, right? Even with the lockdowns being eased, there's people who are working from home and they don't get dressed up. They just wear their pajamas and sit at their laptop. So what are some of the things that you've done to shift things for your business during the lockdown period?
Okay, so the first week when they announced the lockdown, I was like, what? It was not funny. At first I was like, so what is going to happen next? I mean, everything, it was just so strange. I've never seen anything like that before, and days went by, nothing happened, no alerts, no, nothing. It was just there like, okay, what's going to happen and all. So for me, I knew we were up for something really big. And so what I did was, first of all, I knew the emotional impact it would have on myself and some other people, especially, and I have a thing for people that are just starting up, and I was like, if I'm feeling this way, how will these people feel? And I just took it upon myself to use that opportunity to reach out to people and reach out to fellow fashion designers and also business owners. And then I taught them some things. So that was when I brought up the whole academy thing. And then I taught them on some basic things they can do, taught them on some, and all over the internet, it was all about, okay, you have to improve yourself, learn something and all that. So it was a very good opportunity to reach out to people. And I really got, the feedback was really good, and it just made me know that, okay, people are actually willing to do whatever it takes to just come out of this thing strong. And it really helped me. And another thing I did was, because I knew that, and after like a week or two, I realized, I was just trying to, my page, I was just trying to make it very, I was trying to make it lively so people don't feel the impact too much, because we're all at home doing nothing. So I was bringing up questions like, okay, what are you wearing at the moment? If today was, if you were to go to church today, what would you wear? And I realized people didn't have things they would wear in the house. Like I was getting comments like, I'm wearing boxers, I'm tying wrapper. And I was thinking like, what? Why would that even, I mean, why would you even tie wrapper or wear boxers in the house? But I got to realize that people don't go out to shop for homewares, and it's very rare for you to say, okay, I want to go out and shop for things I will wear in the house, because we are not used to staying at home, and not even Lagos of all places. We are not used to staying at home. So for me, it was more like, okay, this is a need and you should fulfill. I mean, try what can I do to help out in that. So first of all, I brought out some of my clothes, some of my designs that can pass for homewares. I gave them advices on how they can, things they can wear in the house. And then I just thought of it, okay, why don't I just come up with a homeware collection and sell to sell to people that really want to have them. And that was how the whole idea of the homeware came. And people really bought the idea because it was what they needed at that point in time. So, and I was able to, I mean, lots of women, lots of people, we had orders and we were busy. So I was really grateful for the fact that, okay, I could think. So for me, it was more about even teaching them to be able to diversify as a business owner. You know, fine, nobody's going out, nobody, your luxury clothes, the clothes are just on the rack, they are not selling out, they are just there. You know, so what is going to happen to them? You know, so nobody's going to wear them. But after like a month or two thereabouts before the whole face mask thing happened, and then I realized, okay, we can't just continue like this. 1 month has passed. Now the second month, what can we do? I mean, we need to pay some people. Rent is reading, lots of, I mean, things you can't even, I mean, expenses will always go on and then there's no income. So I just thought of, okay, can we do a sale? So one of the things I also did again was I put up deals for the clothes I have on my back. I put up deals for them so that, are you there? Okay, so I put up deals and I realized that people actually love deals. The fact that they don't have anywhere they're wearing it to for now, but you know, it's something they're getting a very good deal from it. They are planning towards when the whole lockdown is over. You know, people are not buying overly all they were just buying actually was just things they can wear to work, casual clothes, and all that. So people were actually buying to keep, you know, so that also helped out. We did sale on some items and it also helped out. So yes, I did the homeware, the academy for me. I was reaching out because what's the essence of a brand without value? And everything is not about money, you know, because at that point of the lockdown, everywhere is just blocked. You know, even if they have the money, what would their money do for them at that point in time? So it was more about being in their face by offering value, and which was what I did with the academy. So I was able to reach out to people, business owners, not just fashion designers, on that as well. So yeah, that was what I did when the whole lockdown started.
Okay, I think it's great that you shifted. So basically, because as I was saying, people are staying at home; they're not really going anywhere. You created an opportunity for people to buy clothes to wear at home so they can, you know, be casual and lounge. Because I even realized that when I was going through my closet that most of my clothes were not clothes for just relaxing at home. I was like, all this stuff is really constrictive. It's really meant to go somewhere, not really sit at home. So I think that that was brilliant that you did that, that you made that shift so that people had an alternative to buying clothes for the purpose of going out. And I actually noticed, I mean, you mentioned that you did a lot of sales and deals, which is good because people always want discounts. People love discounts. But I saw early on that you were making masks. And a lot of fashion brands have shifted and are making masks. Is this something that you are planning to do long term? And, you know, are you still doing it? What made you do it in the beginning?
Okay, so for the mask thing, it's actually it's more of an emotional thing for me than the sale. So when the whole lockdown thing started, I actually thought of, okay, so what actually prompted me to making it was I was ill that period of the lockdown when it was really, I think it was like the second month or end of the first month, you know, I was ill and I just had to go to the hospital. And I realized I didn't even have, I didn't have nose mask or anything, you know, and I had to beg the nurse for a face mask. You know, and I saw people on the streets not wearing face mask and all, and I was like, how? I mean, with the way all this has been spread, and people are still going out, not protecting themselves and all. And fortunately, that night, I heard the announcement that we can now start making with fabrics. I had that in mind, but I was like, no, I don't think it's going to protect us from that. I'm not sure the fabric is going to protect anything. You know, I wasn't sure. You know, and I didn't do the research anyway. So I was happy when the government announced that we can start using the fabrics we have for nose masks. And I just thought of it that, okay, this is brilliant, that I'm going to make, and I I put it on myself to make 1,000 free face masks for people. So I'll take to hospitals, and then people, the filling station, the gas station people, the security men, police stations, you know, people that were just out there, market women especially, you know. So that was my plan. And the next day, I just decided I was going to put it up on my page and tell people, this is my plan. This is what I plan to do. I'll make 1,000 nose masks. Thank God I have fabrics, because I buy fabrics in bulk. I have fabrics for my collection. I didn't mind high quality fabrics. I didn't mind using them for the nose mask. I mean, it was all the fabrics there didn't matter to me at that point, because what are they? They're just sitting on there doing nothing, you know. So that was what I did. And then I realized that some of my customers, some of the people, you know, my people would also need. But I did not plan to give people that could afford it. I planned to give people that could not afford it. And because it was now made a necessity that you can't go out without the nose mask, and we had just 1 week into when it would be made compulsory, and I think they lifted the lockdown a little for some workers. So I realized the demand was high, and then I decided to tell them, okay, if you want it, what you can do is just send me a DM. I'll give it to you at a discounted price. And I realized people were just ordering, like people really needed it, you know, and they were ordering. So I was trying my best to meet up with the 1,000 as well, and also selling. But the demand was so high. But my aim then was just to make sure it's out there for as many people as possible and as fast as possible. So that first week, I really pushed production, and it went well. Yeah, but for me, it wasn't about the money aspect, because the pressure, the stress was just too much for me. And the price I was selling it was nothing to write all about. So if I'm already doing 1,000 free, if I multiply it, I know how much that is, you know, and then I'm now making it for people, and I'm not making enough profit to cover my running costs, you know. And it didn't make sense to me to make the price go high, because it's a necessity. It doesn't make sense to me to increase the price to meet up with my margin, you know. So I just said, okay, after this, I stopped selling to people. I'm not going to do it again. If you want it, I would still, you know, I can still make out time and make for you. So after delivering the 1,000 pieces, I stopped the production completely. So, but what I'm doing now is for every outfit they buy, because people are still buying some things, you know, I give them free nose mask. So that's what I'm doing now. But I don't think I plan to still go into production of that, of the face mask. Well, I don't know. Change is a constant thing. So I don't know if we'll still have to. But now it's made available everywhere. You look right, you find face mask. You look left, you find face masks. So I don't really think it's something that is really needed as because the main essence, don't forget, was because people really wanted it and it was not readily available. So that was why I did that then. But okay, I have some fashion brands that they focus on face masks. So whenever I have orders, I kind of transfer it to them sometimes.
Okay, so for every outfit people buy, they're gonna get a face mask right now.
Yes, yes, a matching one.
A matching one for their outfit. Okay, of course you had to make it stylish. you gotta make it fashion.
Yeah.
Okay. So we lost Victorine for a little while there. I know you had told us in the beginning the network was bad. I'm glad you are back in the stream.
So sorry.
Oh, so sorry. That's not your fault. That's not your fault. So, so I want to talk to you, Victorine, quickly about how COVID-19 has affected your business. Yetunde has just gone through what she has experienced.
I'm sorry, Yetunde. I missed a little bit on what you said.
I guess
yes, you can watch it on the replay. Yeah. So I had seen, Victorine, a article that was in the New York Times, and it was talking about how people now, you know, get all made up with nowhere to go. So where are people going to wear makeup? How are you managing? Because the beauty business is definitely suffering. One thing that I've noticed is from what I've been reading is that some of the beauty brands have shifted to the focus on sanitizers as well as soaps. So some of the brands that already make soap are kind of promoting the soap more. And then I've heard that there's some brands that are just getting into it because they want to find a way to attach themselves to the pandemic that's happening and still provide something for people. Is that something you think is necessary for every beauty brand to do? Is it something you've thought about doing, or what did you do to try to keep yourself afloat during this time? Uh-oh, I think she's frozen.
Uh-oh.
Okay, so we'll get back to her when she is back in the stream. Looks like she is frozen. One of the challenges here for all those of you who are thinking of coming to Ghana or to Nigeria or, Senegal, Ivory Coast, other African countries. Some of the challenges doing business is the internet. Sometimes the internet is not as stable as it would be, in the US or in Canada or the UK. The internet is across the continent, but some places is better than others. I know when I was in Kenya, the internet was better in Kenya than it was in Ghana. But overall, you have access to internet. Just be prepared that sometimes the network is not always the best. For those who have joined the stream who weren't here at the beginning, I am talking to Yetunde from Yetroselane. She is a Nigerian designer, designing women's wear. She has ready to wear, she does bridal wear. And she has an academy, Yetroselane Academy, that she has launched, helping women and others learn how to create clothing, how to be creative, how to manage their fashion business. We were also talking to Victorine Sarr. Unfortunately, her internet has not been stable, so we lost her on the stream. She launched a beauty brand called Lyvv Cosmetics. She was working with L'Oreal for a number of years and quit that lucrative job at the top beauty company in the world to start her own brand. So she was sharing a bit of her story. We were ready to hear more, and then we lost her in the stream. If any of you watching have questions or comments, please do write them and we'll do our best to address them. We have someone from California. Good morning from California. With the pandemic going on, I was very impressed with how efficient and expeditious doing business with Kenya is right now. I'm always on the lookout for more product. That's great. I know that you, Yetunde, you are still shipping worldwide, correct?
Yes.
So if people want to order from you, they could order and you would be able to ship to them, direct from you. Which services do you usually use for your shipping?
Well, I outsourced to a particular company in Nigeria, but they now use DHL. Okay, so but they handle everything. I don't do DHL directly. They get better rates, and then I do a subscription plan with them. So they just come to me, pick up, and then get delivered. So they bother about everything that has to do with my deliveries.
Awesome, awesome. Victorine, I think we've got you back. Are you back?
Oh my God, I hope this time is the right time. Ivy, what's happening to Vodafone and MTN in Ghana?
I don't know. I am also I have Vodafone and MTN. So basically, for those who are watching and are not in Ghana, Vodafone and MTN are the two top internet companies, and they're supposed to be providing 4G technology, but a lot of the times you feel like you're on 1G, 2G. So
I'm seeing LTE, and now from LTE I go to Edge in 2 seconds.
So I'm doing this stream right now. So I have this is funny because it happens to all of us. I have my Wi-Fi router, this is Vodafone, and then I have my phone as a hotspot. So my phone is on MTN, and then this is on Vodafone. So if one drops, they're both connected. So if one drops, it will connect to the other one. it's the challenges that we have to deal with sometimes. But sometimes, I think, what, it's worth it being here in Ghana, even though we have the challenges sometimes, because, Africa is a great landscape to be doing business and to be, selling to the world, Uh-oh, are we losing her again? It sounds like we're losing her again. Oh, no.
So sad.
Oh, I feel so terrible for her. Oh, yes, it looks like we've lost her again. So somebody was actually just asking how to buy Lyvv Cosmetics. I will put the website up because I had it up there a little earlier when she was telling us her story. You can order their products online. Here is the website. It's lyvvcosmetics.com, and you can order. Hopefully we get her back in the stream so that we can hear a little bit more from her about her business. Okay, so Yetunde, being that you've now had your brand exposed in an international market with the New York show, have you found that it has helped your brand to have the exposure in New York City, or do you feel like you were just fine dealing with the African markets and that it wasn't needed?
No, because to be honest, when you do things like this, the effect is not, the impact is not felt immediately. And let's not forget the show was just, I mean, it was in February,
Yeah.
so, and just right after the show, then the
The
lockdown.
pandemic, yes.
So exactly. So I mean, there's still time. Things like this don't. It's what you do with it afterwards, yeah. But before then, I can remember that we have, in fact, we actually have a project we are working on. We're supposed to style a particular lady, for a particular event. But everything is just upside down for now. So, but let's just go with the flow. But I'm very positive about it. I'm very positive about it. It was just like when I talked about when I came to Ghana. I'm always very intentional about things I do. So when I came to Ghana for that show the first time, I decided that because of the way people accepted my designs, I just thought about it like, no, I think this is a place where I would love to have my brand, and I started working on that. I started building connections, trying to see who I can stock with and all that. I got a couple of people, and, because of that vision I have to have a store there in Ghana, I still spoke to people about it. And right after that show, I got another call to showcase at the Mercedes-Benz Fashion Week, which I did as well. I did that as well. And I just said, no, this is where I think I want to be. If I don't have a store for now, which I feel I'm still going to have a store later on, hopefully, I should have my designs here because these women love my clothes and I want it to be easily accessible because of the delivery rates and all that. And this is my plan. This is my vision. Like, have my pieces across different countries, And so based on my vision of having a store there, late last year I got a connection to stock at a particular store, in Ghana. So yes, I have my items there at the Lot Accra. I think they are in the airport and then one other place. I'm not sure of the address. So yes, for me, all those exposures, it depends on what you want to do with it afterwards. So for your brand, you need to have that vision, like what do you want for it, and then everything just falls in place. So that's it for me.
Definitely. So you mentioned that your clothes are in the Lot, Accra.
Yeah.
For people who don't know, the Lot is in the airport residential area of Accra. If you are in Accra, you can go there and check out some of her clothes that are being sold in that shop. The Lot is actually a great place because they actually specialize in selling all African design. So you go in there and there's designers from across the continent who are there in that store. So from beauty to food, they have snacks, and then they have clothes. So they have everything in there is made in Africa. So it's a great place to have your clothes. I'll have to go there when I get a chance to go and check out what pieces are in there. Let's see, we have a question here. Great question about makeup. I thought the same in the last few months. If you're wearing your mask. Ah, yes, the mask. Yes, I had mentioned that earlier before. Victorine, oh, Victorine is back. Let's add her to the, yes. Okay, Victorine.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
I'm coming to you right away right now before we lose you again.
I know.
So we have a viewer from Toronto, Canada, who had said that I had a great question about the makeup, and she thought the same. I thought the same in the last few months. If you're wearing a mask, when do you go out? Why do you need lipstick, blush, contour, etc.? So this is something that is a challenge because it's like, yeah, if now everybody is supposed to wear a mask, and if you're wearing a mask, why put lipstick on? So what do you say to that? And how, it's really interesting because I once read that lipstick was the one makeup product that could survive any recession. Like when recessions happened, people would still buy lipstick because it was an easy thing to buy. You could buy a tube of lipstick for a small cost, and you feel like you've, changed your look, you've revamped yourself without having to spend too much money just from a bold lip. But now, if you have to cover your mouth, is it something that people need, and how do you manage that?
What? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I have the perfect answer to that. One of the things that our lipsticks do is that they are non-transferable. So even if you wear a lipstick and you wear the mask on it, it won't show on your mask. So the thing is, when you wear the mask, you don't wear it. I hope you don't wear it the whole day. It's like for a couple of minutes, right? So you can, if you go out, you still have to look presentable. So if you put on your lipstick and then you put your mask for, let's say, 15 minutes, it's possible. Then you have to take it out and then you still look good and you go about your business. So that's one thing that has worked for us because our lipsticks are not transferable. So people actually are buying it because of it.
Okay. So when they
So
wear
yeah,
the lipstick, it's not going to go on the inside of the mask. And then when they take it off, they look fine for wherever it is that they are taking their mask off. Because
yeah,
there's a lot of places now that you can't even take your mask off. They say no mask, no entry in a lot of
yeah.
places now. Yeah.
Yeah. But then, of course, we've been hit with this crazy thing that is Corona. We lost, I can say easily, we lost 30% of our revenues
Wow.
since it started, since March. So March and April were the hardest month. But since May, mid-May, it's picking up. It's picking up slowly. And so we are hopeful. I was really worried these two last months. I was like, if the rest of the year is like these 2 months, that won't be good. That won't be good. But we are seeing a peak since last month. It's coming slowly back to normal. People are buying again. Good thing is that we've had a website since the beginning, so people can buy online everywhere. And so it has helped us a lot to stay afloat and still paying our employees, because those charges don't go away. You still have employees to pay. You have to pay rent in some occasions. So those charges, they are fixed. So you still have to pay them. So it has helped us at least, not close business and still operating at least.
So have you been doing anything in particular to have, because you said you lost 30% of revenues, but is there anything in particular that you did differently than before to try to continue having sales so that you didn't lose everything?
No. Like I said, our business model is B2B. Okay, so we don't have like a shop where we sell our products. Usually, wholesalers buy from us and they sell to their shops, right? But what has affected us is the fact that those wholesalers, because of their shops and the lockdown, people were not going out and not going to shops to buy. And so that's the loss part. But then those people went on the website or the websites of our partners to buy still. What we did differently was we tried to use the opportunity to be closer to our followers by doing some lives. We've been doing a lot of Instagram lives, talking how do you say, one-to-one to our customers, calling them one by one, sending emails, sending some customized messages to them. So it's been also good for us because the things that we were not doing before because we did not have the time, we had the time to do it, to do lives and talk to people, talk to followers and customers. It's important. It's still an important part of the business, And so we took the opportunity to do that and take the time to do it now. And I think we keep doing it, even if we go back to full, full operations like before, and more. And so, yeah, we try to
Okay.
adapt.
Okay. Now, you had mentioned early on about your brand being organic, and I've heard that you get most of your ingredients in Africa, that they're not sourced outside Africa. Is this true? And can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yes, so we are working with some selected farms where we outsource the ingredients that we use for the lipsticks. Two main ones in Senegal, and we are going to start in Ghana soon with a farm that we sourced not so long ago. And so, yeah, so all the ingredients that we are using shea butter, of course, jojoba oil, sesame oil, all those ingredients that we need, because our lipsticks are moisturizing, and so they don't dry up on your lips. So you need all of that in the product to make it stand from the crowd. So our
Hmm.
colors are mainly, very bold. We have bold colors, but also have some nude for for people who don't like bold colors. We have lip glosses too, for people who also don't like, who don't like nothing, like if you are natural, you can still wear lip gloss and go out. So we have everything for everyone. You just come as natural as you are, and you find your perfect product.
Awesome, awesome. We have a comment here from Toronto. Greetings from Toronto. I fashion design years ago and had to end my dream due to a life change. I've never abandoned that dream. Has she thought of a summer studio, summer camp idea, partner with hotels in her area? Um, I'm thinking this is for Yetunde,
Yeah.
based on the fact that Yetunde has the academy, partner with hotels in our area to have stay included in costs, possible businesses ideas to attract diaspora to Ghana for the summer while learning. Or maybe this is for Victorine, I'm not sure. But maybe both of you can comment on that.
Yeah, of course. It's all about, I guess, is sometimes you have dreams, and for X or Y reason you can't accomplish the dream, but I mean, you always have to fight for it. As long as you live, God is giving you strength to
Hmm.
do stuff. So I believe it's possible to do anything you want to do. You just have to organize yourself. Even if you don't have money, you can put money aside. You can do crowdfunding now. There are so many ways you can use to put yourself out there. Social media
Hmm.
is big nowadays. It's free. You can use it to promote whatever you want to put out there, and it just has to be good. People will
Hmm.
support you whatever you put out. If it's good, if it's solving a problem, people will support you. People will buy whatever you are offering.
Definitely. And we have another comment from her saying, have you thought about investing opportunities for the cosmetics company? Have people looked at investing in your business that you may have considered or that you may have said no to?
A lot of people said no to me at the beginning, but since, let's say, this last 12 months, to be honest, I've received two offers. One is a company wanting to get equity in our company, and another one wants to actually buy the whole company. So I'm not looking to sell right now. This is my baby, and I want to, see it grow and see how far we can go. But we are looking into the investment capital thing, the equity
Okay.
offer,
Okay. All right.
definitely.
Okay. Well, I hope that you stay African, even if you
Oh
do decide
yes,
to
oh
sell
yes,
at some
yes,
point, stay African. Um,
yes, of
we have
course.
someone here with another comment. Great minds on here. Yetunde, how do you create your niche in this comfortable wear trend now that a lot of people are moving to sewing home clothes?
Okay, thanks for the question. For me, I've always defined my niche from time. I know my customers, I know my market, so it was easy for me to just decide on what they would love. Okay, and for example, I did some with some cartoon characters, and I felt like, okay, people who have kids can always wear that for their school run when the lockdown is over, or they can also wear it in the house. It's very, whenever I wear it, I know how my kids always stare at me and they love it all around me. So I know what is comfortable. I know what my market, what they really, really want. You understand? So you have to be able to identify your market. You have to understand what they want and the kind of homeware that can suit them, and then push it out there. I'm sure they will, as long as it's a need, you have to target what they need. They will definitely go for it. I hope that answers the question.
Thank you so much for answering that question. Let me see another comment here. I wear a light application of lip gloss under my mask for moisture. We still need eye makeup. I love that Lyvv uses organic ingredients sourced from Africa. Yes, I love that you do that too, that you do organic ingredients from the continent. I want to draw our attention to the fact that, besides COVID-19 having affected so many things, right now we're dealing with a global race war, I'll call it. All of the tension and happening in the United States that has sparked a lot of protests around the world for equality and racism. It's creating an awakening in the Black community of people who want to support brands made by Black people. Has that been something that has helped your business so far get a spotlight? Because there's a lot of brands that people don't know about, especially on the continent of Africa. I find that there's a lot of people who are, they may be in the US, they may be in the UK, Australia, Canada, and most people don't know anything about African brands. And for the most part, when they're talking about supporting Black business, there's a tendency that they're talking about American businesses. And I think it's fantastic. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but I'm saying that there's also, huge opportunity for African business at this time to make themselves known. Is there anything that you're doing to expose your brand more to people who are in places like the US and are looking for a way to support products made by people of color, by Black people?
Yetunde, do you want to take that?
Any of you can answer.
I know that for us, we've been, since the beginning, we're trying to promote any brand that comes from the continent, because like you said, the Americans people, because they control the masses, the media, so they can actually promote their own. But we need to do the same in Africa, and that's one of the reasons why I love what you're doing, Ivy. You're putting focus on African brands, Black people, yes, but also African, because people don't know about us, because we don't talk ourselves about us. We rather talk about Vogue. And we have African magazines, right? We can also talk about them and to put them out there. And so I think this is a platform we shouldn't, put down any platform. Either, you don't need a website, even Instagram or Facebook. You can promote other brands as well as yours, so that people know about what you do. And so, yeah, we've been doing that. And thank you, Ivy, for doing this too. Keep it up. We need it.
Thank you. Yetunde, what's your answer to that?
Okay, for me, yes, for me, this is one of the topics I always shy away from. And the reason is just because we as Africans too, we have a lot to do. We have, we need to learn to support ourselves genuinely. And, last week, I noticed we put up my name as my brand, as one of the brands in Africa, and I really, really love that. It went a very long way for me. I was really impressed by that attitude of yours, and then also you organizing this, making this happen, just for us to, come together. Now I know Lyvv Cosmetics now. I know her now, and of course we'll definitely do something after now. So for me, I feel like we shouldn't focus so much on spotlight, or maybe the focus is on black brands in the US or in the UK, wherever. But what I feel is the whole effect of this would actually turn out positive sooner or later, because this is a topic people don't like to talk about. We always shy away from it. It's been happening for many. It's been happening from time. But the whole incidents of the George Floyd really brought this out, and I'm happy that the awareness is coming to light, and I feel like in the long run we'll all benefit from this. But how do we benefit from this? By supporting ourselves. Yes, supporting ourselves as African. And look at what she's doing, organic materials for our lipsticks and all that. If I buy from her, she buys from me. But there's this mentality around you buying things. It's easier when I say support. Okay, something happened last week. I went to a store to get some electronics, and when you go to a store owned by foreign people, they have their prices. It's there. You can't price it except they're on sale. You can't even ask for discounts, which is known. It's fine. And I realized there was this man that came in and he asked for the price of the item. The guy told him the price, and then he went, well, you said it's so amounts. Like, you said you were going to give me discount, and the guy said, no, I never said anything like that. This is the price. He did not even bother to argue. If it was a fellow African, trust me, they would start arguing. Why can't you give me discount? And this, that. It happens like that a lot. I don't know if I don't know what that means. And then before you know it, they call you food, they call you all sorts. And for growing brands, also I won't deny the fact that lots of upcoming brands actually don't know a lot about business. And that's why the whole academic tip is there for us. We just want to do business because of different things, that is happening to us, probably another source of income. So we don't take our time to learn the business aspect of whatever line we find ourselves in. For you, okay, for example, I love to just cut and to sew. What's my business with marketing? Maybe I'll have to come to Victorine to teach me more about marketing. What's my business with marketing? What's my business with learning how to use digital platforms? There are lots of things, but as a business owner, these things you cannot help but know them. So this is where we lack as well. So, but if the awareness is there, we can always learn on so many things to improve ourselves as an African brand. And maybe they will also give us that listening ear. But we have to start from ourselves first. We have to learn to be able to support ourselves. Yes, the way we can't lift ourselves up. And we're expecting other people to. It doesn't work that way. So that's why I really don't like talking about things like this. But it's two ways. That's the honest truth. But I believe that I like the way the whole awareness is coming into light now, and I know in the long run it would definitely affect our business positively.
Definitely.
Because lots of African brands are doing fantastic. Our designs are out of this world. Whatever we lay our hands upon to do is always extra.
It's true. I'm so happy I discovered your brand too. I've been looking into your Instagram, your website. I already have some things that I want. So
fantastic. Somebody had commented here when you mentioned the lot. Bedina Davis says, I must shop at the lot when I return to Ghana. Ivy Prosper, I love that you promote businesses from various countries on the continent. This live chat is perfectly timed by Black Oak. Thank you for that comment. And Bedina, I actually went to the lot, I think it was February. First week of February, I was at a lot, and I actually did a video. I interviewed the owner, and then the videographer I had filmed, he was editing it, and then the pandemic hit. So we didn't get a chance to connect so that I could get the video from him and all that kind of stuff until recently. So I will be posting a video that I did at the lot. So watch out for that. It will be on this channel, showing you the brands that are there. And I actually interviewed one of the designers whose clothes are in the store, and she uses some recycled fabrics to make clothes. So look out for that video coming soon. And then the comment that Opade made with the idea about collaborating, she's just updated to clarify what she was saying. She said the summer camp question was a business idea for Yetroselane. Connect with local hotels to offer summer school for her fashion academy, a great way to attract the diaspora to Ghana. She's actually in Nigeria and her academy during the summer. Great opportunity right now. That's awesome. But yeah, that's a something that you could do in Nigeria as well. Yeah.
Definitely, definitely. And not just Nigeria. You know, the first course I did after the old freebies I gave when the old pandemic started. So I actually did a course on how to start a clothing line. I got a lady from Ghana. You know, she attended it. Yes, she attended. So I feel, you know, now is the time when we have to go digital and, you know, so yes, there'll be lots of that. I have plans for that for the academy as well. So distance will be no barrier. Yeah, so whether it's physical, if we are able to do physical training, yeah, fine. But I know that would happen in the next maybe a few months' time. But for now, yes, we can. I mean, it's something I'm looking forward to doing. Yes. Thank you.
Okay. So, you know, we've been talking for, I think, an hour now. I think it's been an hour already. I wanted to, before we wrap up, business after COVID-19. You know, after this pandemic is over, which we hope will be soon, but we don't know because it's very uncertain right now. A lot of countries still have their borders closed. There's still challenges with shipping being delayed in so many ways. How are you going to continue to get through this period, first of all? And then second of all, do you have plans to shift your business in a different direction, you know, after this pandemic is over? Because once it's over, I mean, it's here. I shouldn't even say it's over. This disease is here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It's just learning to live with it now. So what are your plans, if you have any in place yet, to go forward?
Yeah, we have plans. The new products that we are putting in, they are into the eye category. So I saw a comment earlier about eye makeup. So that's also, that's one of the trends. People want to emphasize on their eyes because people see the eyes first, right? So we are going to do that first, and then maybe by end of the year we'll do. We are looking into skincare because everything is care now. People want to, you know, even in the comfort on your own home. I mean, you want to look beautiful. Of course, there are days you just want to wear your pajama and not wearing makeup, but then you still want to look, you know, fly. So we are looking to do something around skin. Anything, you know, the care of the skin, how you can have like an easy routine. Our vision is to really to give active women, a way to look beautiful, either doing your makeup or doing your skin fast. Like nobody got time to spend 30 minutes up to, I don't know, an hour to do makeup or, you know, any skin routine. No, we are active women. We are doing stuff, right? So that's our vision. We want to put out products who, you know, product that can help active women get pretty fast. So that's the vision. We are still on that vision, and that's what we are going to do. But still beauty. We are still gonna stay in the beauty.
Great. And Yetunde, what about you?
Okay, for me, okay, this one of the plans, although I had that before the whole lockdown thing, and majorly for my premium line, New York. So that is, instead of just the regular ready-to-wear casual clothes you can have on, you can actually buy ready-to-wear dressy outfits for dinners and all that. So that's what I launched at the New Year Fashion Week. So my plan was actually to work on my website and then make it very functional, turn it to an e-commerce, because before it was just for inquiries, but now make it an e-commerce. So we are currently working on that. It's still, so hopefully maybe by next month it should be up so people can shop from anywhere, and then we deliver to them. Also, for the academy, I mean, this is a time when it's best to reach out to people, and that's my little baby now, because people are really struggling. I mean, you've been making money before, and then all of a sudden no more income, and some people are so dependent on this. So this is a time when I really want to reach out to more people and try to offer value through my fashion academy to fellow fashion business owners, and try to impact their business. So that's my plan. The academy is where I really want to focus on, because for the fashion, we really have no control over things going on now. People are not going out, no events happening now. The only thing I can do for my fashion brand is just to put my face out there, let them remember me. For the little ones we are making, let them remember me that, okay, this is what we do. And then for the homeware, it's not something I'm going to stop anytime soon, because if this pandemic did not eat, we won't know that is needed. So the homeware is also a new addition to the brand. So you can always come into my store and shop homewares too, not just the ready to wear outfits all the time. Yes, so that's it for me.
Fantastic, fantastic. Now, I get a lot of messages from young girls, who have dreams of things that they want to do. They don't know how to do it. They don't know how to get started. I often get messages. And so I often like to ask women like yourselves who are making it happen, what advice do you have for a young girl who may be in secondary school and she's trying to figure out if she should pursue a dream? And what words of encouragement or what advice do you have for her to get started? Whoever wants to go first.
I want to go first. This one,
Okay.
I like that one. I used to be that girl, very, I knew I was beautiful. I knew my worth. I knew I was intelligent, but, I somehow I doubted myself. And the way I found my confidence back was, you need to have a good support system, people who push you, people who, who get you to do better. That's number one, support system. Number two, I would even say support system has to be two. Number one is you. You need to do a lot of work on you. People don't take the time to do that work. And that's number one. If you don't know yourself, if you don't take that time, any decision you make will be, like bizarre. Like you won't know where it's coming from, or, what is leading the decision. So you need to work a lot on yourself, to know yourself, know what you like, what you don't like, people you can hang around or not. And that will help a lot on making decisions. And when you have that on lockdown, anything else, it will be easier. It'll be easier for you to make decisions on your life, what you want to accomplish. And number three is when you get there, like someone in my position right now, I'm trying to mentor a lot. I'm still trying to figure out a way, to make it more formal, but I've been mentoring to some foundations, the Tony Elimelu Foundation. I've been doing mentorship for 3 years now. So I've been mentoring, let's say, 200 people since 2016. So I think it's something I really, it's dear to me because I've been there, and I also want to see more women accomplish things and not depend on men. And so, yeah, those are the advice I would give.
Okay. All right. Now, Yetunde, what advice would you give to a young lady?
Okay, a young lady. Okay, like for me, I started pretty young. I started when I was about 20 years old, if not less than that. So, yes, I started about 20 years old, and when I was 20 years old, and I knew the struggle. I knew what I had to face and all. But one thing that kept me then, one thing I had then was passion. But let me tell you something: passion would not take you that far. Okay, passion. If you want to run a business, this is what I tell my people. If you want to run a business, you run a business because you want to run a business. Okay. For anything you want to go into, one thing I would advise you, like she said, your support system, you have to work on you. Now, how do you work on you? For anything you want to go into, do your research. Okay. Do your research. And that's why, for example, a fashion house, you see lots of people, regardless of how much you have, they set up the fashion business, they employ tailors, they have machines and all that. They have everything they need to set up. And then in less than a year or two, they shut down. The only reason why that is happening is because they do not know the business side of the business. Okay, so I want to beg you, whatever you want to go into, there are lots of mentorship programs, like she said, I've always offered that. And in fact, recently, what I did is something I call my inner circle, for people that want more information. want to get close to me, because you can't always ask me all the questions and I give you all the answers I need every time. I don't have that much time, and I can't give you everything you need to know. So the people in my inner circle get to call me whenever they want to be organized, times when we talk about things, and then I'm always there for them and I guide them through. So the beauty of it, I wish I'd known this years back, is to have someone that can hold your hands and someone you can ask questions when you're unclear. Because the main thing, like she also mentioned, is making decisions. You might think the decision is right at that point, but it might not be good for your business. Okay, so whatever you want to go into, do your research, learn how people have failed and how they've made it from that same business. First of all, you need to ask yourself why you are doing it. Most of us do it because of the money, because we want to run the business. Okay, passion is always just alongside, but you are doing it. In fact, the passion gets to grow when you are making so much for what you love doing. I can remember always saying that, like, okay, I love to sew, I love to transform pieces, but the moment I started getting paid for what I love to do, really made me feel like, oh yes, this is what I want to do. So yes, it is very, very important you get someone to walk you through. And there are lots of courses you can do now to make you very easy. And and that's why you realize some people just start their business and it's like they're overtaking people that have been doing it for many years. Why? Because they went out for that knowledge. They paid for that knowledge. They did their research. You understand? They did their research and they know what they are doing now. So it feels like they are great at what they do. And I wish, like I said, I wish I knew this a very long time ago. My business would be 12 years, but I would say it's been maybe 2 or 3 years, because that's when I got the shift. That's when I started putting systems in place. I put structure in my business. So it goes beyond just what you feel like doing. Okay, just know why you're doing what you want to do. Have a vision for that thing you are nursing. Why do you want to do it? Where do you see that thing up? Where do you see yourself in few years' time? If your vision is not to be everywhere, then you can keep it alongside what you just want for yourself. But trust me, nobody just wants to be in one tiny space. We all want our works to be out there. And how do you do that? You have to seek help. Okay, so that's it for me.
Thank you so much, ladies, for giving that word of advice. I'm sure that there's some young women, even women who are older. You don't have to be a young woman to learn these lessons, because we all go through different changes in life. Somebody may have been pursuing something when they were younger, and then maybe they're now, 40 or 50, and they want to do a complete change to something else. This advice is also very, very important too, and valid. So for those of you who've been watching, we have been here with Yetunde and Victorine, the owners of Yetroselane and Lyvv Cosmetics, talking about business in Africa during this global recession. It has been a great session talking to these ladies today. We had a few internet challenges, but everything worked out in the end. So Victorine, thank you so much for talking about your cosmetics brand and encouraging people who, may be thinking about starting a business, because you said you quit a company that people dream of working with, and you left to start your own business. So that's very courageous of you. And I think it's commendable that you've done that, and what you're doing now is fantastic. And Yetunde, your brand also, I love that you've taken this shift to start helping other people with teaching them about how to do their own fashion business, and the sewing and the creating and all that. And I love your energy and your spirit. When I see you in your videos on Instagram and on, showing your clothes, it's beautiful. I love it. I need to go to the lot and go see what you have there that I can get. The dress that I have from you, it doesn't fit me anymore. I can't put it on because I put on weight for a little, and so it was like, ah.
Hey, that's the lockdown issue. You've been eating, Ivy.
So yeah. So I'll have to go check out what's over there, or maybe I'll have to just go online. I'll have to go online and order. I need to order from both of you ladies. Yeah, I need to order from both of you ladies. And I love that, Victorine, your lipstick is non-transfer, because I had worn a lip gloss when I was going out, and then I put my mask on a couple of weeks ago. Then I took it off, and then the lipstick was all over. Yeah. So
you need Lyvv in your life.
Yes. Yes. I need Lyvv in my life. So we have a few comments coming in. Let me see if there's any questions remaining before we close out. Bedina says Yetunde is describing mentoring, which is very valuable. We have Yefu. I hope I pronounced that correctly. He says, thank you. Good day, everyone. Kwame says, good day, ladies. Ebony, all of us. Thank you so much, everyone who tuned in today to this live stream. Feel free to share it with your friends and other people you think need to see this, because it will remain on YouTube as well as on Facebook permanently. It's not going to disappear like it disappears on Instagram. That's why I'm liking doing these YouTube streams. I prefer, because it gives people a chance to watch it again after it's ended, if they weren't able to watch the stream live. So I'm going to repeat for those who may not have been here in the beginning. We had Yetroselane. The website is yetroselane.com. And then social media is Yetroselane. And then we have Lyvv Cosmetics. That's the website. And you could probably hear the blender in the background. I'm at a cafe right now, and it looks like they're blending smoothies for someone. What kind of smoothie is that? It's like a strawberry smoothie. Yeah.
You need it. Go.
Blending a smoothie for a customer. So yeah, I had to improvise because I have no power at home.
Yeah.
I don't even want to go home after this because I know there's no power still.
That's life. That's life.
So thank you, ladies, for being here today. Anyone who wants to reach out to them, go to their websites or go to their social media, and you can find them, get more information, connect with them. I believe that one of the people watching today is interested in connecting with you, Yetunde, about the business idea that she was presenting. Yeah, I believe that was Opa Day wants to connect with you, so you'll be able to connect. Yeah, so look out for Opa Day's message in social media, and so that you can get connected to do business. One last comment from Ebony says, Ghana Wahala, referring to the electricity issues.
I tell you.
Nigeria, I've heard, is worse.
Please, so let's go there. I was surprised when you said you had power issues, because I mean that's one reason why I would love Ghana over Nigeria. I was surprised.
Well, it hasn't happened in a long time. So it was really, really unusual when that happened today. I was like, what is going on? It was just like on and off, on. So I was thinking maybe there's a fault somewhere, because this hasn't happened in a long time. But I made it work. I came to the cafe, got it done.
And thank God, thank God.
Yes. So Opa Day just said both of them. So I think she's going to also reach out to you, Victorine. So she'll be reaching out to you as well. So thank you again, ladies.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, everyone, for watching. You can continue to make comments. I will answer your comments as best as I can. Thanks for watching again. I will have another live stream coming up on Sunday afternoon. That live stream is about moving to Ghana. There's a lot of people from the diaspora who've been contacting me and asking me questions about moving to Ghana, about what it's like. So I decided on Sunday I'm going to do a live stream with a couple of people who have moved to Ghana, so they can share their experiences of moving here, and they can share them with you. And you've have questions for them about their process, they'll be happy to answer. So thank you for watching again. Everyone, have a fantastic day.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.